Hi, that's me. So funny story, I came across this brand, they sell handbags, but they haven't changed the design for more than 2 decades. Their bags are expensive, but you could easily end up paying more than double the price. They have close to 300 stores, but their stores are always out of stock. Who could that be? I mean, who else could that be? And you know what? Their customers love them to death. Okay, wait, let me just hear that again. So I am saying Hermes is trying all possible ways to make it very hard for their customers to buy their bags, and their customers are trying even harder to buy one, no matter how much it will cost, how long they will have to wait, and how many disappointments they will get from a store. Wow! And that sounds perfectly normal? Or how does Hermes make it sound so perfectly normal? Maybe this is all intentional. Their stores are not there to sell bags. Their price and design doesn't actually matter because they don't sell bags. They sell...
It's not expensive, it's costly.
Artisans rely on their training and muscle memory to make every bag.
You have to have the hands of a heart surgeon and the thighs of a professional wrestler, right?
That's a very extreme, but yes, if you manage to do that, you got a job.
Hermes has been accused of, creating this artificial scarcity to pump up demand. How do you respond to that?
It makes me smile.
The simple truth, Dumas says, is that Hermes doesn't have enough artisans to build the bags.
But it can't be that simple. For the brand to achieve the amount of success that it has, it's gonna be something more.
How do they get the bag?
Well, you have to walk into an Hermes store. You go to a store, you get an appointment, you meet a salesperson. You talk about what you want. It's not available, you'll have to wait. It'll come back to you. It takes a long time. Eventually, it's going to happen.
Customers. Hermes is just like Amazon. They're obsessed with their customers. The problem that their customers have is the ability to show their wealth and status by wearing exclusive, expensive items. And Hermes is here to solve that problem for them. But handbags are not really that exclusive. So Hermes has to artificially make their bags exclusive by making their bags as slow as possible.
Taking the time of making things right.
And when less bags are produced each year, it creates scarcity, which makes something seem more valuable and desirable simply because it's hard to get. But that's not enough because customers are very smart. So Hermes has to pull other tricks to persuade their customers along the whole Hermes journey. Maybe they read this book before, but if we use the psychological principles from Robert Cialdini's book Influence, it all starts making sense. And the magic starts even before we step into a store. Because think about it. How do we know about Hermes? Because celebrities love them. And why do they love them? Because celebrities back in the day also loved them. This is the principle of social proof, which was planted around the 80s when Hermes named their bags after Jane Birkin and Grace Kelly. So then you go into a store.
It's 4,000.
I know.
And there's a waiting list.
I assumed.
5 years.
Look, joining a waitlist, it seems harmless, but subconsciously, it's doing something to our brain. Once we join and commit to something, we are more likely to stick to it, to appear consistent, and this is known as the commitment and consistency tendency. But obviously, joining a waitlist isn't that strong of a commitment. Some customers can still change their mind and walk away. And that's the beauty of pre-spending. Once the pre-spending starts, the customers will have to invest more time, effort, and money along this whole Hermes journey. And it gets much harder to quit at this point because there's a greater fear of loss. And this is why people value something more if they have to work for it. And back to the question we have at the beginning of this video. what does Hermes actually sell? I think they sell beliefs.